this is Robyn. Welcome to mypinkstamper.com. I'm so happy to have you here with me on this beautiful, almost fall morning. It's not quite fall yet, but the weather's cooling off in my area, so it's starting to feel a little bit like fall. So I thought I would share a project using our new Harvest Hellos stamp set, along with the, I'll put the name of it on the screen. I want to say Apple Builder Punch, but I don't have it in front of me, but I do right here, actually. It is the Apple Builder Punch. I was right. This is featured, this is located on page 49 of our Holiday Catalog 2019 that just came out this month, September 4th. If you would like your own copy, simply place any size order on my Stampin' Up shopping page, mypinkstamper.stampinup.net, and I will send you one in your thank you package. So I'll go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to use non-traditional colors for this card, obviously. I wanted to do something bright and fun, and I always like pairing Melon Mambo and gray together. This is our basic gray. So I'm going to do a non-traditional apple card, which I'm also using for some of my customer thank you cards in the mail. Everyone who places an online order, I send a handmade thank you card to in the mail. So this is going to be that design for a few of them. All right, let's jump in and we'll start with stamping. The stamps I'm using for this card, actually, it's not an apple. I'm using the pumpkin. I never said apple, did I? I'm using the pumpkin, this leaf right here, the stem, and hey there, pumpkin, because it's kind of cute. And I always like doing pink pumpkins during the fall season. I like the traditional orange as well, but I like to do the pink pumpkins a lot, and you'll see that in just a second. Okay, I'm gonna get everything out that I need, and we'll jump right in. All right, I'm starting with a scrap piece of our Melon Mambo cardstock, and I'm using Melon Mambo ink pad as well. I love that all of our colors in our ink pad collection have coordinating cardstock, and some also have coordinating ribbon embellishments. They all have markers, etc., which is great for scrapbooking, card making, all paper crafts, boxes, tags. All right, I'm just going to ink this up and stamp it right there. And that's all I'm using that for. And I will be using the Melon Mambo later in the card as well. Now I'm going to pull out the Apple Builder Punch and just open it. You just push that up on the bottom. And these punches are meant to be used upside down. So you just line it up after you've punched it or stamped it. And now I have my pink pumpkin. And then I can put this in my scrap pile. We want to keep all of our scraps. Set this aside. Next thing I'm going to do is I don't need that one. I'm going to use this one over here. I am going to be stamping some leaves using a piece of our Granny Apple Green cardstock. And I'm also using that with our Granny Apple Green ink pad. This is also a scrap paper. The cardstock comes in 8.5 by 11 sheets. You can get these in assorted packs, or if you just want 24 sheets of the one color, you can do that as well. I'm gonna grab my leaf and I'm going to stamp this up 2 times. And I'm just gonna use this little bottom spot right here. That's all I need. Go ahead and close that. I'm gonna use the punch again. And I'm gonna start over on the left side. It's nice to figure out where the punch is before you stamp on your paper, so you can save as much paper as possible and not waste. So I have that for my scrap pile. Okay, set these aside for just a second. Now I'm going to use a piece of our SMOKY SLATE cardstock, and I'm using the stem. I'm going to be stamping using basic gray ink. And let's see, let me match this up. Okay, so the thick part is going to be on the right. All right, I can put this ink pad away and just line that up and punch it out just like that and set that aside. Now we're done with the punch. We can set that over here. I'm going to now be using a piece of our VELLUM cardstock. This also comes in sheets of 8.5 by 11. And I use the vellum a lot. I just like adding it behind my images, just different shapes. So I'm going to be using our layering circles framelits. Run that through. And now I can start putting the pumpkin together. So what I'm going to do first for the pumpkin is I'm going to take one of the leaves, the little itty bitty leaves, and I'm going to be using some of our glue dots, and I want it to go that way. Grab a glue dot, put it on the back of here, and I'm going to have that kind of go down a little bit to the right. And now I'm going to take our liquid glue, our mono liquid glue, and I'm going to take the little stem, and I want to make sure that the fat part is up at the top, and I'm going to put a little drop of this glue right here on the leaf, on the leaf. And I'm going to press that down for a second. What I love about this glue is it dries clear, so even if you put too much on and it kind of goes over, it will still dry clear for you. Now we're going to take this other leaf right here, and I'm going to use some of our mini dimensionals. I'm just going to put one on the back, take the backing off, and I'm going to put this, kind of just stagger it a little bit. So it just gives it a little bit of dimension like that. Isn't that fun? Now let's turn over our pumpkin, our pink pumpkin, and I'm going to add 3 of our full-size Stampin' Dimensionals on the back, and then peel off the backing. Don't throw these on your floor or they will end up on your sock, and then they'll end up in your bed at night. That happens to me sometimes. They are everywhere in my house. Okay, I added that on the vellum circle. Now it's time to finish up our card. I have here for my card base, I have a piece of our thick Whisper white cardstock, but instead of cutting it landscape, I cut it portrait. So it's like this. So it is 4.5 inches by 11, and I've already scored it at 5.5. So let me go ahead and fold this over here. So I want the card to open up like this, just something just a little bit different. And now we'll take a piece of our regular Whisper white cardstock. This is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And I'm going to put a piece of our Granny Apple Green cardstock on it. This is cut at 1 3/4 by 5 inches. I'm going to grab some of my snail adhesive here. Put a little bit of our snail on here. And I'm putting this on the bottom part of my card, like that. Now I have a little strip. This is from our, which color? The Neutrals 6x6 Designer Series paper collection, and it's 2-sided. This is 3/4 inch by 5 inches. Go ahead and put a little bit of our snail adhesive on there, and this is going to go across like this. Now I'm going to take the ink pad again, the Melon Mambo, and I'm taking the "Hey there, pumpkin. Hey there, pumpkin." That's so cute. I'm going to add that right here. Hey there, pumpkin. You're so cute. I just love this card. This is a nice and simple card if you want to whip out a bunch of them. Turn this over here. And I like having a white card base even when I'm using white background. It gives it a frame. Do you see how it kind of gives it a frame? It looks beveled. Is that the word? I think that's the right word. All right, I hear my kids getting home from school, so I'm just about to wrap this video up just in time. Just in perfect time. Today's our early out day for my children on Mondays, so they get home a whole hour early. All right, and I'm gonna put this right here. And here's another one I've made. And there you go. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoyed your time with me today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. You can find me on my blog, mypinkstamper.com, and I will see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.